The watch quiz has developed to a kind of standard on my channel, and this is the third release of my quiz time. Hello and welcome to WatchMaxy's Watch Videos. My name is Axel and I'm glad to have you on the show for my third watch quiz. If you are a frequent visitor to my channel, you do know that there are coming 5 questions, 2 points if you have the right answer, just 1 point if you needed some help. Pause the video, googled the answer, something like that. So rules are pretty simple, and now let's start with the first question. What is a second-hand array? 20 seconds starting now. Yeah, I think this was a kind of tricky question. Usually the watch movements have 2 main functions when it comes to setting the time, in particular setting the second hand. The first one is you pull the crown and the second hand keeps on running, so there is no hacking function. The second one is you do have a hacking function, which means you pull the crown and the second hand stops right there where you pulled the crown, so you have to wait until the second hand is on the 12 o'clock position in order to set this time precisely. The second hand array makes that obsolete. If you pull the crown, the second hand automatically moves to the 12 o'clock position and stops. Pretty nice feature and makes it easy and pretty comfortable to set the time. Did you know that? Leave a comment and count your points. Coming to question number 2. I think this is a pretty simple question if you have watched my channel frequently. Which of the below names is not a German watch brand? And I'm going to pronounce the brands German where appropriate. Jäger und Benzinger, Mark and Sons, Lang und Heine, Outran und Viala, or Satura und Borkler. 20 seconds starting now. Yep, it is number E, Satura and Borkler. The other 4 are actually German watch brands, and Satura and Borkler does not exist. I composed it from Sattler and Borgward. So these are 2 brands which do exist, but Satura and Borkler is a non-existing German watch brands. 2 points without, 1 point with help. Count your points and leave a comment if you like. Coming to the next question. This third question is probably the most difficult and trickiest question I have in that particular quiz, and I'm looking for a special feature with which these 5 product lines of the respective brands do have in common. And I'm not talking about an hour hand, a second hand, or a mechanical movement, or a sapphire crystal. No, I'm looking for a very special complication which has a dedicated name, and it is not very often seen with watches, but these 5 brands do have it in common. So we're talking about the A. Lange and Söhne Series Lange 1. We're talking about Glashütte Original, a 70s chronograph, and the Wempe Zeitmeister Classic also offers that feature in at least one watch of that series. And also Mühle Glashütte Teutonia 2 offers that feature in at least one watch of the series. And last but definitely not least, Sinn 6090 also offered that feature. 20 seconds counting now. Did you get it? It was quite difficult, I think, and I was talking about the large or big date. Both expressions exist as far as I know in the English language, and large or big date does not only refer to the size of the date display, but also that there are two completely independent wheels displaying the number for the 10th, so 1 for 10, 2 for 20, 3 for 30, and another independent wheel for the 1 counts, so 1, 2, the 1 of 11, 1 of 21. So there are two independent wheels which compose the 2-digit figure of the date display. This is what usually is referred to as large or big date. And all 5 brands and all 5 product lines offer that particular feature in at least one watch. Coming to the next question, and here we stay in the area of haute horologie, and we stay with A. Lange & Söhne, in particular the Lange 1 Perpetual Calendar Tourbillon, a great watch, unfortunately way off any amount I'm happy to spend for a watch, but it's an absolutely great watch. What I would like to know, and I guess for most of you it's a guessing question, how many single parts are required to build that movement in the Perpetual Calendar Tourbillon of Lange? Do they need A. 387 single parts, or B. 439, or is it C with 513? D is 624 and E is 705. 20 seconds counting now. Did you know it, or did you guess? The right answer is 624 single parts are used for that gorgeous movement. And now we're coming to the, as I think, most difficult part in my watch quiz, and that's the watch morph. I selected 2 totally different watches, and they do have 2 things in common. They are watches from a well-known German watch brand, 2 different German watch brands, and the dial is kept in orange. And that's the main things they have in common. Enjoy the watch morph, and 4 points if you're right, 2 if you need help, because this is the most difficult one. 25 seconds starting now. Did you get both? Did you get one? Did you get none? I think it's actually really difficult to be on the right side here. I picked two different and completely different watches. On the one hand, I selected the Nomos Club Campus 38 at a retail price of 1,200 euro, a case diameter of 38.5 millimeter and a thickness of 8.5 millimeter. Annoying little noise around here. Water resistance up to 10 bar, so it's fine for swimming. And the other one is the Stova Pro Diver at a retail price of 1,450 euro, titanium case, 42 millimeter in diameter, 15.6 millimeter in thickness, and water resistant up to 1,000 meters. So we have a really robust, typical diver's watch and a pretty colorful everyday watch. I'm not saying a dresser since the color doesn't fit a dresser pretty much, but totally different watches, and I'm curious to see if you got the right two watches or one watch. Leave a comment and look forward to my next quiz videos. Till then, cheers, Axel.